monster on the run.
I like looking at a splash instead of JJ's Garage. Welcome, kids. Today we're going to be making a birdhouse.
I need to find a blur filter or something to put on here so you don't have to look at my tools. I would aim the camera over there, but when I put the camera on that wall that's all white, it was like glaringly visible on camera that like, oh, you put a screw there and there and there and there. There's like probably 30 screw holes. And here, let me show you. Watch this. Look at that. I was like, oh my God, I can't use that as a back wall. It looks terrible. So, and if you look right there, it says Jason loves Cassandra. Yeah, that's been there since 2015. I wrote that the day we moved in, and I have not erased it.
Oh,
yeah, isn't that great?
That's cute.
I'm Jason. That's Deacon. We don't know where Dave is. He's doing something. Deke, I saw a story this morning, and I thought, oh, I wonder if you care about this because I kind of care about this. So the movie The Thunderbolts comes out this week. Oh, you want this out of the way? Hold on. You have to push up. Just push up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, right, like that. Yeah, there you go.
Oh, I was trying. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So the Thunderbolts comes out this week, and honestly, it looks pretty fun. Which I'm shocked because Marvel, they've made everything weird and strange, and Disney screwed everything up. And but Thunderbolts looks genuinely funny to me, or it looks fun to me. But I also liked the Red Guardian in the Black Widow movie.
Yeah. Hey, but before we get on this, because I have something to add to this as well.
All right.
For those that are tuning in, Joey gave me a really good idea. How about
you didn't want to talk about it?
No, wait. No, I want to talk about this, but he gave me not this idea. Another one.
Oh, okay.
About the show. He said, we were chatting just a minute ago, and he said, man, I really haven't been paying attention. We've been so busy. I hadn't been paying attention to news. I don't know what's going on in politics and whatnot, blah, blah, blah. And I told him, I was like, JJ and Dave and I are kind of like the same. We haven't been really, because it was always, and he said, I was like, maybe we need to do a recap or something. He was like, yeah, on Friday you could be like, hey, we didn't pay attention because we've been busy all week, and here's everything that's going on. And I was like, that's genius. I was like, yeah, we might do that.
Right.
So that's what I was going to get at. We're going to do a little recap because we've all been busy doing crap. It's been warm, and you hadn't been paying attention. So we'll do that on Friday.
I think we'll try
out this morning.
We'll try to, we're not doing politics today.
No.
So,
maybe something.
And honestly, nothing super interesting. I mean, it's just like the spinning wheel. It's just like, no, it's the same stuff as like last week or whatever. I don't know. Like they're just it's not shake-up season, so it's just like there's nothing interesting happening. But we're gonna talk about nerdy stuff for a minute. So I'm telling you, Thunderbolts movie comes out this week. I don't know if I'll go watch it in the theater or not. Probably not, but I am interested in the movie, mostly because Red Guardian is funny. So that guy David Harbour, funny guy.
Yeah.
The chick that plays the new Black Widow, what's her name? The blonde one. She's always entertaining. She's an entertaining person. But anyway, so Marvel is making a good movie, which is shocking because if you recall, the last movie they put out was Captain America: Brave New World, which was a flop. And you knew it was going to be a flop. We knew it was going to be a flop from the moment they announced it, that it was like, well, this isn't going to be good. And I guess it wasn't because it didn't make any money. Thunderbolts looks pretty good.
There was some reason that I now have got a bad taste in my mouth with David Harbour, and I cannot remember why.
Look, he probably said some political.
I know he's the one thing that I have the problem with are the people that wished me dead 5 years ago, and that one still kind of stings a little bit when they're wanting my money, and I don't know if that was it or not.
Was it because he played Hellboy?
No, his portrayal of Hellboy was very good. He's a good actor. I like him as an actor. His portrayal of Hellboy was fantastic. I don't. I very much dislike Ron Perlman anymore. He makes me want to vomit in my mouth a little bit when I see him.
Sure.
But
Okay.
I would say David Harbour's portrayal of Hellboy was much better.
I agree. I agree. So so let me bring this up. There's a couple people here. I'm surprised you guys are here. So I'm gonna bring this up so that people cruising by will know that we're talking comic books now.
We're just geeking out this morning. We'll do politics and stuff.
We're
school geeks.
Thunderbolts is the next Marvel movie, and then after that's Fantastic Four, and then after that is Avengers Doomsday, which is Disney's Avengers payday, because they're like, please bring back Robert Downey Jr. We want people to go to the movies again. So Avengers payday comes out in 2026.
Did we talk about the theory that I came across, and I didn't know very much about it, about there was some sort of plot line that involved the infant Victor Von Doom being adopted by the Stark family and him becoming Tony Stark, that Tony Stark in that iteration was actually Victor Von Doom, and that that's why this is probably what they're doing in these movies. That's why, because in an interview, Robert Downey Jr. said, I wasn't going to come back until they pitched me this idea, and then I thought, this is great. I'll come back, and then after this, I was like, that makes sense. It makes sense.
Yeah, maybe. I'm not sure. Like they're gonna come up with some sort of a creative wrinkle to explain why Robert Downey Jr. is not dead.
I'm interested. Obviously, that will be a major plot point.
Alternate timeline, his something like that. Who knows? This is still multiverse stuff. But look at this. Possible Avengers Doomsday plot details shared by legendary X-Men writer. Now, before I scroll any farther, first name comes to your mind.
Chris Claremont.
Oh, yes, it is. That's right. X-Men writer Chris Claremont revealed some spoilers. Now, why would Chris Claremont be in the know? Why would he be in the know? Well, for those of you who didn't grow up reading X-Men comics when they were not totally gay, Chris Claremont had the most legendary run on Uncanny X-Men and did the Dark Phoenix saga. He's responsible for the X-Men Blue and Gold, the stuff that inspired the X-Men animated series, and the stuff that many millions of people that are not comic book lovers but still have an affinity for X-Men animated series, X-Men stuff, the things that they think of when they imagine X-Men is not like
Chris Claremont stuff.
It is Chris Claremont stuff. It's not magic, Colossus sister in bondage gear. It's not gay plants. It's not a floating booger. It's not that stuff. It's like
I like Boop. Dupe. I like Dupe.
Right, Dupe. It's not that stuff. They imagine Cyclops and Jean Grey, and then Wolverine, Storm, Beast, Colossus,
Nightcrawler.
Yes,
Psylocke.
The Uncanny X-Men, the legendary run. So why would Chris Claremont be in the know? Well, Chris Claremont, during that amazing run, created Rogue, Psylocke, Kitty Pryde, Gambit, Mr. Sinister, and probably a bunch more.
And I didn't realize he created Mr. Sinister. Mr. Sinister to me is one of the essential. He is essential in Apocalypse and Cable's story. And he to me was always one of the underrated X-Men bad guys. He is so freaking brilliant. And they never really gave him his due, I thought.
Well,
he always was kind of a second hand, he tried to be Mr. Sinister, but I loved Mr. Sinister so much.
I want to put a Claremont image. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go to Metron. I'm going to put a Claremont image up there for if people are like tuned out. They're like, what? Bye. Yeah, okay, that's fine. That's whatever. I don't care. Let me 1,023 issues on here that he did. Let's see. Series name X-Men.
When did he start?
Man,
X-Men.
like a million years ago, like a million years ago. And he has been creating comics. And I'm not going to do it. Okay. So, let's get to the fun stuff here. So what did he say about the Avengers Doomsday? So there's several little bits of quotes in here. Now, the reason why he may know something is because Homeboy gets residuals and royalties if they use his characters. So if they use his characters in these movies, he might have some inside information, because Marvel is, if they use any of these characters or any other characters that he worked on, like he created, he probably gets royalties, which means they probably are like, hey, we're working on this movie, but don't tell people, whatever. So he might have he's Chris Claremont. He's not been ostracized from the comic book world like some other creators have. Okay, so let's see what he has. So spoilers, if you're worried about spoilers, why are you worried? Let's grow up.
25 quit.
All right. He said in a Pop Culture Expo, he said, quote, I mean, we've got Robert Downey Jr. playing an evil person and Iron Man. Wait, that's confusing. And then he's playing two other roles. I used to know them. But then Chris Evans is playing Captain America, young Captain America, evil Captain America, and Captain Hydra, or something like that. Lord Hydra. So we might see Chris Evans back as.
So they're doing, yeah. So this is, all the multiverses are coming together, because that was the Captain America that was Captain Hydra. Yeah, that was a crazy storyline, man. It was
honestly kind of cool, but like,
yeah,
I mean,
thank you. That's what I was thinking. It was kind of cool, but I didn't like it.
Well, they wanted to be like, Captain America's a Nazi. He's a jingoist Nazi or whatever. And like, okay, all right. Yeah, but it was kind of neat. Apparently, after denying it for a year, Elizabeth Olsen, who is the Scarlet Witch and who died, but she always tries to sidestep around those questions of, are you coming back? And she's like, well, she died in that movie. So, I don't know. She's coming back as Scarlet. Yeah, right. Yeah. So
Scarlet Witch comes. She's a good person. All right. I mean, she has, and they tried to, when I was watching the WandaVision and all this and the Doctor Strange movie, that she was like the bad guy. I really thought to myself during that, I thought, is this them trying to tell the House of M story, but differently? Because take the House of M story, is basically Vision. Wanda accidentally killed Vision and a couple of the Avengers, and she had a mental breakdown. She couldn't handle it. And all of the Illuminati had to meet and decide, what do we need to do with this woman who's having a mental breakdown that can literally change the fabric of reality? And then the whole time Quicksilver's whispering in her ear. So she changes the fabric of reality because she's mentally having a breakdown. That doesn't mean she's an evil person. She's having a bad day. And I think that's what I thought in the WandaVision. I was like, is this them trying to tell that story, but in a completely different way?
I'm going to share this picture while we go through the story. Yeah, it's like Dr. Doom in an Uncanny X-Men by Chris Claremont. Okay, so she's coming back as Scarlet Witch, and as also, but a good Scarlet Witch, or maybe she's playing two Scarlet Witches, or maybe she's just playing an alternate version of a Scarlet Witch. We don't know about. They're supposed to be making some Vision series with like with Vision, the White Vision from the WandaVision show. Yeah, we'll see if that happens. And it's okay. So here's another quote, and it's like, all the original X-Men are coming back for 2 weeks. We didn't know if Famke Janssen was coming back, but now Famke Janssen is coming back and she's coming back as Phoenix. So the Fox Universe X-Men Phoenix is going to be back, the original one, because they replaced her with a different one in the Young X-Men show movies. And he goes on to
that, I guess.
And Claremont goes on to say that Phoenix, Psylocke is coming back. While, so you think they'll bring back Olivia Munn as Psylocke?
I don't know. Maybe. What was his stupid actor's name that was Gambit?
Yes. He's
I can't remember.
Very well liked.
Name.
He's very well liked. I'm going to see if Olivia Munn has an additional credit on her IMDb.
Do you want Halle Berry coming back as Storm? If you're getting Famke Jensen, do you want Halle Berry coming back as Storm?
I bet Halle Berry wants to come back as Storm.
I bet she does too.
she wants that Storm paycheck.
I bet she
you know
does
what I
too,
mean?
Because Halle Berry's been serving French fries for the past 15 years.
No. But she's always wanted, she always thought that she deserved, like, better treatment, I guess,
dude,
or
the
to star in the movie.
The her portray, and it's not her, it's the writers and the director and stuff. But Storm in those first two movies were just, I always argued that. I'm like, dude, she is an Omega
What's going
level
on right here?
and she didn't do nothing.
Dr. Doom, bro, what are you doing here?
Dude, he's copping a feel. All right. Dave.
Dave, what's happening? All right. And there's a rumor that Wolverine is going to kill somebody important. So I guess Hugh Jackman is also coming back as Wolverine in Avengers Payday.
So wait a minute, hang on. Wolverine is going to kill somebody important. So is he going to kill Professor X and them take that storyline that they've done a million times?
You think so? Okay. No, I don't think that they'll do that. I don't think they're talking about having Professor X back yet, but okay. So biggest villain, Robert Downey Jr.
What's up, dude? I agree, Ricochet. I agree with that statement. I said that since the moment I watched that movie.
John Carter was a decent movie.
Did you ever watch John Carter?
Of Mars?
Yeah. I loved it. I thought it was great.
Dude that played Gambit originally. Yes, that's right. So, in the X-Men Origins Wolverine, there was a different Gambit. You're right. Right. Let me look that up. But Olivia Munn does not have.
Who I was talking about.
John Carter. Unfortunately for John Carter, his name is Taylor Kitsch. Unfortunately for John Carter is the prototype. It's the oldest version. It's the stories from which many other science fiction stories were derived. So it always feels like
Channing Tatum is who I'm thinking of. The Gambit, Channing Tatum Gambit. Did you freeze? I think JJ froze. I don't know what happened. Hi, welcome to Marvel Talk this morning with Deacon and Dave. Hi, Dave.
Hi. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Hey, you can hear me now. I lost JJ, but I don't know what happened.
Yeah, JJ froze up for some reason. Yeah, the actor I was talking about was Channing Tatum there.
Yeah, so, I enjoyed him as Gambit. I thought he was great as Gambit.
I just don't like him. I don't know why.
That's fine. You don't. So like, I was having this conversation in my head earlier today. Can you separate the actor from the character? Character from the actor. Like if there's a character you really like, and there's an actor who you really don't like that plays the character, what do you do? Are you able to enjoy? It could be like, we'll say Oscar worthy. Everything is phenomenal, but you just cannot stand that actor.
I don't know. I can't think of one off the top of my head. I can think of the opposite.
Well, I think we've had the conversation before, but like, at what point does Bill Cosby comedy be okay to talk about again without Bill Cosby? Because Bill Cosby, we can agree, is a creep.
Yeah, I know some.
Wow.
I knew a DJ that was a very popular DJ in Chicago in the 80s. He was pretty popular in Chicago, and he knew Bill Cosby many times and told us stories, some weird stories that would happen. And then 10 years later, Bill Cosby gets arrested and tried for all this stuff. And I was like, wait a minute, those stories that you told me now kind of make
They
sense.
were real. Right.
That's weird. So
Right.
yeah, I don't know what happened to JJ.
Oh, wait, what just happened to me? Wait,
And
there's Sneaky Poo.
and that was the wrong button to hit.
KJ,
All
where
right,
you
so
at?
I don't know. JJ and I were going to do a political wrap up on Friday because we've all been bored, or not bored, but we've all been busy, and we really haven't been paying attention to
These
everything.
conversations have been so much better than the political crap.
I know. So, I don't know what happened there.
JJ's back.
Is he back?
That's what-
Oh, good. No, he's back on his phone. Something happened.
We got too much heat on the old laptop, so I'm gonna have to bring my. This is the reason why I stopped using this one, is because it doesn't get it cool enough. So I'm gonna have to bring my other dock down here.
Okay.
So it's very, very hot, and so it's not happy. So I'm gonna have to do something else.
All right.
Sweet. All right.
Party time.
I know you had the Avengers stuff up. I didn't know if you had anything else. I was going to bring up, since we were talking about movies and geek stuff this morning. You guys seen, obviously, the new Maul thing that's coming out for Star Wars, where they're doing the story with Maul and a
Oh yeah.
Have you seen that, JJ? Let me see if I can.
While we're on the Star Wars topic and you're looking it up, I need your all's help. I am going to be playing in a Star Wars trivia pub game night next week, and I need a team name. Right now, we're kind of wavering on "We Smell Worst on the Inside" as a team name, or "Scruffy Looking Nerf Herders."
That's a good one, but I have a feeling that one's a common one.
Yeah, probably.
Brian posted one, and then he posted a bunch, but one of them was like the Yub Nub Club, and I thought, man, that's great. The Yub Nubs.
I like.
I did.
That's pretty good.
Great.
Yeah, I like that one.
Now I see that there's a lot.
Yeah, there's a bunch of them in there.
Sith happens.
Sith happens.
Boy.
I liked Porkins' Revenge.
Yeah, Porkins' Revenge was one of the
that's a good one. All right, so you're playing in Star Wars Trivia Night, Dave.
Yeah, it's episodes 4, 5, and 6.
Okay. What was the docking bay number that the Millennium Falcon took off from Mos Eisley Cantina?
Docking bay 2247?
94.
94, okay. Yeah.
I think it was 94. That was
TK421. That's where I'm going with the TK421. Why aren't you at your post?
That question won me Star Wars Trivial Pursuit like 20 years ago. I think it was
Docking Bay 94.
Docking Bay 94, I think is what it is.
TK421. Why aren't you at your post?
Yeah, Docking Bay 94.
Shut down all the trash compactors on level 2. Oh man, I'm gonna have to. I haven't watched the movies in forever.
Okay, so make me a moderator. I don't know if this is the. Oh, this is just some dude talking about it and with some crap. Never mind. You don't have to. I'm not going to bring this up. They're doing a new Darth Maul animated series. Here, I'm gonna bring this up. I think this is maybe a little teaser here.
Very excited.
Oh, okay.
So Dave Filoni here. They're doing, and this is going to be an animated series with Darth Maul, and he's going to face off against Ahsoka. See right there, you can see that was from the other. But I saw a video yesterday where
there have been a few Mauls. Those in live action.
Okay, so Here's all the people that have played. Oh crap! Pause it. These are all the people that have played Darth Maul. All right. Sam Witwer here does his voice for the animated series and stuff.
What do I know him
Right.
from?
Oh, you know him from all kinds of stuff. I mean, he was on Battlestar Galactica. He was on the Joss Whedon, I think, Dolls show. He was
Never
in
watched either of those.
Human. He was in a U.S. remake of a British vampire werewolf show, Almost Human.
Yes.
Yeah. No,
That
you know him from
was
so many
a
things.
fun show, and he was also in Hobbit, right?
He
Was he?
I don't
Yeah,
know if he was.
in the Hobbit.
I never watched Hobbit.
Yeah, I think he was in the Hobbit.
Okay.
Well, he's doing the voice of Maul in the new one here. But you see our friend Ray Park. And Ray
The original.
created Maul. You know, when we think of Darth Maul, we're thinking his moves and stuff, we're thinking of Ray Park.
Okay.
And a video that I saw the other day with Sam here talking, Ray Park does most of he's in one of the suits, and he does most of Darth Maul's action and lightsaber sequences in this animated series. And then they brought in another girl, and I can't remember her name, but she's like a huge martial artist to do the same thing with Ahsoka Tano in this. So the lightsaber battles in this animated series should be pretty freaking amazing, because Ray Park is a phenomenal martial artist.
But are they going to is that going to translate to animation in a way that's like, oh, that's amazing because that's a human that did a butterfly spin
Well,
versus oh, it's a cartoon.
You might not
They're
real.
doing
You might,
mocap and stuff.
yeah, you might not realize it's motion capture, but most people, but us that actually look at that stuff, I think that's cool.
Is this and this is the version of this character that you recognize from watching the Clone Wars cartoons, right?
Yeah.
So, like, for the Clone Wars audience, this is
If you watch the Clone Wars, y'all can bring yourselves back up. I'll stop this. If you watch the Clone Wars, it actually gets deep into Maul's story. You start to kind of feel a little sorry for him at some point.
you think so?
After he's cut in half, he's not dead. He goes down there, he fashions all this crap. The first iteration of Maul down there with the giant metal spider legs is freaking freaky. You know, and his story is really interesting what they've done to it with his brother here, Savage Opress. And his brother's a huge, he's a lot bigger than Maul.
So, do you know how much screen time Maul actually had in the original movie?
Probably not very much.
Like 6 minutes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, he just.
Oh, yeah.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
He only had like
barely
6
in
minutes
it.
of screen time. Yeah. It's like Vader in A New Hope. He had like 12 minutes.
Yeah, but those were like 12 amazing minutes. That was
Yes, and those were 6 amazing minutes with Maul.
That's true. No, I mean that's true. That is a strong sign of a performance that, if you're in a movie for only a few minutes and your character, your portrayal, your action, your scenes is so memorable that it is the defining kind of aspect of the show for 30 years. How long ago did that stuff come out?
2004? No. Phantom Menace came out in 2000.
So I'm having
98, 99, I don't know.
Yeah, it was in the late 90s.
Yeah, I was in college.
Man, I remember being so excited that movie was going to come out. And then Jar Jar Binks. And I'm, and I know
You're
people, some people,
You're a hater.
yeah, I am because, I don't like it. That's okay. But what I remember is I remember being excited for it in a way that, you haven't really been excited for stuff, in the intervening years. Because, I remember, because I was like probably 18, 19, 17, 18, 19, something like that. And, I had grown up rewatching A New Hope again and again and again. And then, what was it? 1985 to like 1999, we had a dry well. There was no Star Wars. There were no cartoons. There was no, you know
There
what I
was
mean?
fandom. There was fandom, and it was fun.
Yeah, there was books. There was Star Wars in your imagination, but that was it. And yeah,
Well,
I
that's
remember.
what Sam said in that interview. Sam Witwer said in that interview that I watched. Now that you say that, it reminds me. He was saying that the whole Star Wars story has gotten so big that if you wanted to do a Star Wars, you got to have comedy, drama, mythology. He was naming all these different things that these Star Wars movies have developed over the years. It's not just a story about this character the hero that goes from. It's now blown up in 40 years that
Just
it's
about a
so
lightsaber.
huge.
Right.
Yeah, it's become
Laser
its own.
sword.
Here, have y'all seen this? I won't play the whole thing because they use this was grand. Hang on, I got to scroll up so it's not this.
Darth Vader, only you could be so bold. The Imperial Senate will not sit still for this. When they hear you've attacked a
I know you have been inconvenienced, and I'm prepared to compensate you. Do we say $1 million American dollars?
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm a member of the Imperial Senate on a diplomatic mission to Alderaan.
Anyone who throws roses at my son's feet will answer to me.
Wait a minute, watch this one.
I'm King Jaffe Joffer, ruler of Zamunda. From this day forth, anyone who throws roses at my son's feet will answer to me. I'm also a concerned dad.
Coming to America. Darth Vader is coming to America.
You've grown a mustache.
You've grown a mustache.
Let's go for a stroll.
It's freaking hilarious. All right, there you go.
Uh-huh. Hi.
Get my face off there. All right. Well, I don't have anything else, JJ and Dave. Since JJ's computer's all whacked.
Yeah.
Right?
I'm getting everything like completely rewired. So
It's all right.
I don't know if it's gonna work or not. And my poor laptop just overheated. It was like, no, I forgot to turn the fan on in the little cooling station underneath it, which is why I replaced that dock. And nobody cares about this. I replaced it with this other one that's vertical, so the vents point up, so it cools easier. But then I left it upstairs when I came down here. Okay, let's wrap this up. And Deke, you can tell me your cool idea. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I'll be back on camera for this. Check out my hex lights. Is that rad or what?
Rad.
It's pretty cool.
Oh, I can say. Yeah. Okay. That's what you were talking about a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, I put in those. They were cheap, and they make it not dark in here. I don't have any jokes. So we're gonna wrap this up. No, I don't have any jokes. And
I've got a joke about.
got a joke.
No, I guess it is. All right. We'll tell our jokes. What's blue?
Okay.
What's blue and doesn't weigh much? Light
I don't know.
blue.
Oh my god.
I had an epiphany
Yeah. You had an
about the
epiphany?
future. Yep. In
Yeah.
3,025 years, things are going to be different. They're either going to be really good or really bad.
Okay.
Yeah, it's 50-50.
No, that is not okay. No.
All right. Bye, everybody.
See ya.